The man in the wall has finally been revealed. This is a figure that scared us earlier in Warframe, and slowly he is earning our trust. One of the earlier recollections of this man is from the Chains of Harrow quest and the War Within quest. It seemed ominous at first when we first heard the name or encountered the story, but as we progress in our journey as a tenor, we have come to trust him as a friend and an ally. Even though I wouldn't say a friend, I would just stick to ally, since we know how that turns out in Warframe. Hey kiddo, now that the Lotus is gone, this is more likely going to become our confidant, at least I think so. The manifestation of this man is that Tenno that you see around your ship. It is the one that you see walking around in different missions that you have seen. Our connection to him also became stronger after we tapped into certain levels of our operator powers, and this is one of the things that we encountered after the War Within. The Sacrifice quest made it even more refined as we were able to speak to him at the very beginning and have an in-depth conversation at the very end when we were talking about what happened to Isa. Now, with the Chimera prologue, we have really developed a strong bond with this man. Its many forms is what guided us to the portal on Lua. Its many forms is what is revealing the true secrets of the Orokin, what is revealing the true motives of the sentients. The first theory, or let's say the only theory, is that this man is the voice of the void itself. It is an entity that is just like the Unum but resides in the void. It is the very essence that has a connection to Lua. And because Lua was in the void for a long time, this also means that a sliver of this being resides on the moon as well. The logic behind the voice of the moon is that the people of Sidus say that the Unum speaks to them and gives life, but we as Tennos have never heard her speak except for Gara. The Unum is an entity that lives within the tower and establishes connections across time and space. The Unum is also an entity that lives within or makes up the wall of that Orokin tower on Sidus. This is an entity that is even more powerful than the Orokin if we break it down. It is possible that, as Balance once said in the Sacrifice quest, before the Vain Faith, our people held dualism as truth. That all things were of two parts, mind and body, consciousness and matter, of our world and the void. It was from there that our answers finally came. Everything in the Warframe universe or in our world is of two parts, the yin and yang, the positive and the negative, of our world and the void. This means that the Unum is the entity that lives within our world, and the man in the wall, which is also an entity like the Unum, is the other half that lives within the void. The Unum is the female. This also reveals the action of both entities. The Unum is a nurturer while the man in the wall is more precise like a father. The sentient exposure to the void infused them with some of the essence, and thus they seek the other half to make them whole again and also to be able to reproduce, which is what a mother does. The Unum is of our world and the man in the wall is of the void. This is why anyone who have heard the man speaks or have spoken to him have only been people who have visited or have been in the void. The second part of this is that just like Vatu and Rava's fight in the Avatar TV series, this could have been two entities who have been using us as pawns and playing both sides for thousands of years. They could have been fighting each other for 10,000 years. And exposure to Vatu, which is the man in the wall, which is the void, always brings chaos. This is why we see the actions of the sentients and the actions of the Tenno to destroy the Orokin. In the Last Stand on Sidus, Gara, who is a friend of the Unum, or codename a friend of Rava, sacrificed herself to establish peace for another 1,000 years. And in this case, I hope that you guys see the analogy, and the possibilities are also endless in this Warframe universe. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.